Hey everyone, and welcome back to Furniture Industry News, the podcast that keeps you informed and up to speed with what's really happening in the furniture world. It's Monday, April 7th, 2025, and we've got a packed episode today. Whether you're a retailer, manufacturer, supplier, or designer, there's something in here you'll want to know. Let's start with tariffs. Yeah, I know, not the most exciting topic, but this one's really important. A new exclusive industry survey is showing that a very large number of home furnishings professionals are expecting a long-lasting and serious impact from new tariffs on Chinese imports. We're talking about a big shift here. These are not short-term or minor concerns. Over 70% of respondents said they think the effects will last more than a year, and about 40% expect those effects to be very significant. The most affected category? Case goods, things like bedroom and dining room furniture. Those were called out by 63% of people surveyed. But the effects don't stop there. Home accents, lighting, rugs, even accessories are expected to take a hit. Now, some in the industry say this could finally give a boost to domestic manufacturing. Others are more cautious, warning about higher prices, longer delays, and general uncertainty. And let's be real, while some businesses might be able to shift away from China, that's not always a quick or easy fix. Supply chains are complicated, and many companies don't have ready alternatives lined up. That leads nicely into what's happening on the ground here in the U.S., specifically in High Point, North Carolina, the heart of American furniture manufacturing. There's a company there called Vision Contract Manufacturing, and according to its president and CEO, Chris Morris, business is booming. In fact, he says it's the best it's ever been. And yes, part of the reason is the very same tariffs that are worrying others. Since October, Vision Contract has seen a 25% bump in demand as more companies look to shift manufacturing back to the U.S. Their 200,000 square foot plant is staying busy, and they're doing everything they can to keep up, hiring, adding shifts, and doubling down on efficiency. Chris Morris says people are tired of waiting 8 to 10 months for product to come from overseas, and they want something faster and closer to home. It's a reminder that tariffs don't affect everyone the same way. For U.S. manufacturers like Vision Contract, this might just be their time to shine. And for brands who've always relied on imports, it's a push to rethink their whole sourcing strategy. Now, if you've been paying attention to what consumers are buying, you've probably noticed a shift happening there too. Home News Now just released the third week of data from its Consumer Insights Now study, and it's offering a really interesting look into what's going on in the world of case goods. One of the big takeaways? Shoppers are still buying bedroom furniture, but they're being more cautious. They want good value, and they're looking closely at how functional a piece really is. Storage is a big deal, especially hidden or built-in storage. Pieces that offer more than one use, like beds with drawers or nightstands that charge your phone, are getting more attention. Consumers are also showing more interest in quality. They want to buy furniture that's going to last. That means solid materials, durable construction, and finishes that hold up over time. People are tired of disposable furniture, and that's something everyone in the industry should be paying attention to. But it's not just about what buyers are looking for, it's also about how suppliers are reacting to a tough market. Case goods suppliers, in particular, are under pressure. With sales softening and costs rising, they're being forced to get creative. And for some, that means zeroing in on a niche. Take Legends Home, for example. Over the past year, they've seen major success with one specific category: fireplace consoles. These are media cabinets or stands that include an electric fireplace, and they've quietly become the company's best-selling product. Why? Because they offer style, warmth, functionality, and storage all in one. For Legends, focusing on that niche has helped them cut through the noise in a tough market. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're leaning into what works. And that's a lesson other suppliers might want to consider. Specializing, rather than trying to compete across the board, might be the smarter strategy in 2025. Now, let's talk about something new that's coming down the pipeline, and it's arriving just in time for High Point Market. Flexsteel Industries is set to debut its new Statements case goods collection at the event, and early previews suggest it's a pretty big move for them. This line is designed to match Flexsteel's focus on comfort and durability, but with a more fashion-forward look. Think clean lines, functional pieces, and styles that blend into modern transitional spaces. Flexsteel says the collection is meant to help retailers tell a story on the sales floor, a statement, if you will, that's about quality, design, and practicality. The company has also said it's making efforts to improve inventory availability and ship times. That's going to be a big selling point for retailers who've struggled with long lead times over the past couple years. So, what does all this tell us about where the industry is heading? Well, for starters, tariffs are shaking things up, and not just in theory. They're actually shifting business decisions in real time. Manufacturers in the US are getting a boost. Overseas sourcing is getting more complicated, and everyone's rethinking how they approach production and logistics. At the same time, we've got a consumer who is still shopping, but they're shopping smarter. They want furniture that lasts, pieces that serve multiple purposes, and they're paying more attention to value than ever before. For suppliers, the game is changing too. Going broad might not be the best plan anymore. Instead, the companies finding success are the ones who are narrowing their focus, investing in specific categories, and getting really good at what they do best. And through it all, companies like FlexSteel are showing that there's still room for innovation. Whether it's through new product lines, better logistics, or simply listening more closely to what customers want, the companies that adapt are the ones that are going to lead the way through the rest of this year and into the next. That's going to do it for today's episode of Furniture Industry News. We'll keep tracking all these developments, tariffs, sourcing shifts, product trends, and bring you the insights you need to stay ahead of the curve. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.